Hello everyone, it's George Effin Jr. And after doing my review for Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, some things actually occurred to me. And that's why I'm going to point out the curiosities of Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. We're first going to review the box office. The first one, Scooby Doo 2002, which I don't really think is that good, got about 270 something million bucks. Way more than its $84 million budget. I mean, even then the effects sucked. And therefore they made a sequel, which I think is way better if you see the review. And in that film, the budget was about $25 million, and it got about $181 million bucks, which I think is pretty good. But there's still marketing costs and other stuff, so I don't think it made much money for Warner Brothers, and I think it may have lost them money. And I think that's why they didn't do Scooby-Doo 3, that in the poor negative reception. Which leads to my next one. It won the Razzie Award for Worst Remake or Sequel. Why did they do this? I mean, the film's amazing. It's way better than the first, I'll give it that much. And the Mystery Gang are actually likable, as opposed to Daphne always being the damsel in distress and Velma always being submissive to Fred, and Shaggy and Scooby just being beach bums. And they're pretty unlikable in that film. I mean, Fred always steals Velma's ideas, and Daphne knows martial arts. You won't want her in a dark alley. And I just don't see, if anything, I actually think the Son of the Mask should have gotten that. Yeah, Son of the Mask was horrible in my opinion. And next up is product placement for fast food restaurants. In the film, we see 3 references to a fast food restaurant. In the theatrical VHS and DVD version, it's Burger King, whereas in the Netflix version, it's apparently KFC. Now, I love those restaurants. Yum, their burgers with extra mayo, and their chicken with more mayo. So let me explain. In the theatrical VHS and DVD versions, when Shaggy and Scooby get out of the limo, Shaggy has a milkshake from Burger King, and Scooby has a BK Whopper. However, in the KFC version, that's what I like to call the Netflix version for this scene, Shaggy has a milkshake from KFC. And what's next? KFC French fries. Oh wait, they did that. And Scooby has apparently it's like a KFC chicken sandwich. Now, I actually tried the Whopper, not the vegan one, because that's horrible. I mean, it's just the meat one, and the chicken sandwich, and they're both really good. Yeah, I'm not a vegan, as you can tell. So if I ever mutate into a giant monster that wants to take over the Earth, you might want to watch out. So anyways, and when they approach Rickles Manor, Shaggy says, why can't we ever investigate a Burger King or something? Row, said Scooby. However, they redubbed that line to say, how can we ever investigate a KFC or something? Row. Yeah, I do a real good Shaggy and Scooby impression. And I guess that's why I got all the merch it did. They were spending all that fat Burger King money. And he even changed it up to get some of that fat KFC money. Which leads to my next point. The marketing. Scooby-Doo 2 got a video game, whereas the first one didn't. The video game is actually pretty good. And the Black Knight, the Cotton Candy Glob, the Doorbell, Wickles Manor, and the Minor 49 are all played by the same guy, Rob Paulsen, from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And, let me see. Yeah, I'm looking at my phone to see, some oddities about the film on its Wikipedia page. Next up, we have Heather Jasper House actress Alicia Silverstone. She herself is a vegan, and usually she wouldn't be in the film because her character would be sold at kids meals at McDonald's and Burger King. fast food restaurants. And we all know vegans do not eat fast food. But I eat fast food. That sucks. And there's the Cousolian Criminology Museum. And it has like references to a Scooby Doo, Where Are You? And the Scooby Doo show. Well, my personal opinion, Scooby Doo, Where Are You? The new Scooby Doo movies, the show where the gang team up with celebrities in each episode, and the Scooby Doo show are just one trilogy of shows. It's just like the gang goes to some place, they're haunted by some monster. They try to do it. Daphne, Fred, and Velma find clues. Shaggy and Scooby find food, find the Phantom. They devise a plan to catch the monster in a Ruth Goldsberg type trap, which Shaggy and Scooby sometimes screw up. But they catch the monster anyways, revealed to be just some creepy old fart in a Halloween costume to get money. Then they get rewarded, and then they go on their merry way. And there's some costumes there, like the Black Knight, Con Candy Glob, Miner 49er, 10,000 Volt Ghost, Skeleton Man, and the Pterodactyl Ghost. Just to name a few. And as for the Foul Ghosts, where the criminals that the gang have amassed in the past hang out, sans the costume, since it's at the Criminology Museum, the logo of it is Charlie the Funland robot from episode 8 of Scooby-Doo Where Are You's first season, Foul Play at Funland, where it was an actual robot, not just some old fart in a mask. He was just a straight up robot. But why use it? Why not just use like the Black Knight or Chickenstein? And next is the action scenes. Apparently, according to IMDb and Wikipedia, the cast actually did their own stunts. And that shows that they can do their stunts by themselves. Like, for example, the jousting scene near the end of the film, where Fred jousts on a motorcycle against the Black Knight on his horse. And it's pretty awesome. And during it was actually his actor, Freddie Prinze Jr., not just some stunt actor. And all their stunts, the cast actually did themselves. Prinze Jr. was very excited to do the jousting scene, and he's actually married to Sarah Michelle Gellar, who plays Daphne in the film. Fun fact. And there's a scene where, and this is the next point. There's a scene in the lab of the evil mask figure. Yeah, seriously, that's what he's called. Shaggy and Scooby drink potions and they transform into stuff like Scooby becomes like some alien, Taz from Looney Tunes, and a scientific dog. Where Shaggy becomes like a hot woman and it's a muscle-bound dimwit who tries to remain like that by destroying the beakers of antidote Scooby made, although Scooby managed to cure him. Yeah, because he's so stupid. Because Shaggy's stupid like that as a muscle-bound dimwit. And originally, Scooby was going to transform into the animated version of Scooby, like the cell animation, not the CGI. But then they thought they didn't want kids to compare the 2D animated Scooby to the 3D animated Scooby. So they got rid of it. And replaced it with him transforming into the president at the time, George W. Bush. And, but then they didn't want to offend the president, so they just went with Taz from Looney Tunes. And, next up is, during the Foul Ghost scene, Shaggy and Scooby dress up as as like these 80s characters with like disco clothes and stuff like that as Shizzy McCreepy and Steve McCrawley. I actually thought he said, Steve McCrawley. I thought he stuttered. And next to Scooby, when they were sitting in the bar talking to Old Man Wickles to get information about the costumes. So, to prove themselves as like some mystery-solving vigilantes or something. And the guy that's sitting next to Scooby is his voice actor, Neil Fanning, though he's uncredited. And there's also a post-credit scene where instead of like some joke like or something, There's like Scooby's playing the video game version on the Game Boy Advance, which has gone down. I meant the Game Boy thing isn't being made anymore. And he shows the code for the game is SD2. I'll get the ROM right now. Wait a sec. So the last shot of the theatrical live action films is Scooby shelling his video game. Weak. Yeah, I don't talk about the two direct to TV Cartoon Network live action films, Scooby Doo: The Mystery Begins and Scooby Doo: Curse of the Lake Monster. Since they have a completely different director, completely different people playing them, and Frank Welker plays Scooby, not Neil Fanning. And I'm also not including the Daphne and Velma direct to DVD thing from last year. It wasn't that good. And it also didn't have Fred, Shaggy, or Scooby in it. I don't even think they were mentioned. So it's set before they meet Fred, Scooby, and Shaggy. And I don't think those three aren't that good. I don't talk about those on this channel. And anyways, those were some of the things about Scooby-Doo 2 you may not have known about. But I remember something else. It had way more marketing than the first one, by the way, before I leave. There was the video game I mentioned earlier. Some trading cards with the gang and some of their allies and even some of their enemies. What else? Action figures. What else? Oh yeah, there was also like some toys at Burger King. Ironic since they referenced Burger King about 3 times. They were changed to KFC when released on Netflix. But anyways, those were all the things you probably didn't know about the film. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.